Episode 5, here we are. What'd you think?
Yeah, what'd you think?
I thought it was alright. It was good. It was more Tupac and Big, which I like to see. Started off like that, and it ended like that. That was great.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was good too. I don't know if I liked it as much as last week, but I still thought it was a good episode. Probably second best in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, it was good. It might have been as good as last week. I just felt like last week there was more
Action.
Yeah, there was more action. This was a lot of dialogue,
Right.
but it was still good. Overall, it was good. It covered a lot of good stuff, like the jail and them going to meet with Michael Duro in jail in prison. You know, that's one thing I didn't realize, that Michael Duro, like, you know, as much as we know about this case, I still learn a few things, you know, new things here and there. Like, I didn't realize that Michael Duro initially tried to tell him that the Crips are the ones that killed Biggie. You know, maybe that's information that's out there, but I didn't know that.
Alright. He tried to act funny. Motherfucker. Definitely was lying.
Oh, you're talking about Michael Duro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know if we're gonna find out that he was intentionally lying, or maybe that's what he heard, or that's what he thought. But well, I guess I don't know. You know, he would know if that was true. I'm sure he'd be the one to know.
Right.
So yeah, and they said that I think it was Dupree called Katie, and then they caught him on recording on the phone, telling his cousins to go along with the story. So yeah.
Oh shit! Fuck.
That way he could, you know, tell them what they want to hear, so he could get moved, but not be, I guess, labeled a snitch.
Look at you, dude.
Yeah.
Look at you, fucking knowing all the fucking back end.
No, it was good though. They still haven't told us who Dupree was visiting in jail yet, though, have they?
I think it was a family member.
Yeah, I think that's what you were saying, but I couldn't remember if they've actually shown it or not.
I was saying that you didn't want to listen to me. You didn't believe me. Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, but what did you think of the scene with what was it, the jail scene with, you know, the fight in the library and everything?
In reality, I don't really see that going down if without the fucking guards beating his ass or getting punished for that type of shit.
They showed something like that in All Eyes on Me, though, didn't they? Wasn't there a fight scene in the library where he got jumped?
No, in the library, no.
In All Eyes on Me, wasn't there a fight scene when he got jumped, or no? When he was in prison?
Nah, it wasn't.
Or maybe, you know what? I think I'm thinking of whenever the script was released for John Singleton's, I think. Yeah. And it showed him, he's supposedly in the script, it said that he was surrounded in the library by, like, you know, 5 guys or something. And that was the scene that they were trying to say John Singleton was going to turn into a rape scene, where it didn't show a rape, but it was supposed to be left up to your imagination. Because I remember that's what it was now. Because I remember it said as the camera panned out, Tupac was supposed to be laying there with his clothes all ripped up and, like, ripped off and stuff. So that's where people flipped out about the rape scene, I think it was.
Wow.
But yeah, that's where I got it from. I remember reading, it was John Singleton's script talked about him getting jumped in a library.
Right.
But
yeah, because I don't think you could get into fights in prison like that. They could. I don't know what it is. They put you on timeout or some shit. I don't know.
What if you get into a fight like that?
Yeah, I don't think you could just punch another inmate like that.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the guards. Some guards will let it slide. Some you'll get a lockdown for it. I mean, they can do anything from give you. I mean, usually I don't know how, you know, all prisons work, but sometimes they'll send you to the SHU. It's basically like you can get, you know, anywhere from a week to 30 days or however long, and you're basically in 23-hour lockdown. It's basically like solitary.
Look at you, a little criminal, man. And,
but I thought it was good. And like you said, though, they didn't show that much Biggie. It showed him, 2 times? It showed him and Lil Cease. The guy playing Lil Cease looks nothing like him at all.
Oh, man, yeah. What you gonna do? I mean, I don't know. Lil Cease is that guy, like, who cares? You know what I mean? He's just that guy that's there. He's like the hype man.
I mean,
No
it's the small role, but but what the death row offices look pretty legit. I don't know. Reggie would know better how close it is to the real thing, but we've seen some videos of Tupac and Suge and Papa G and people at death row doing interviews, and from what I've seen in those videos, it looks pretty authentic. The red carpet and the plaques on the wall, the death row chair.
Playing CeeLo.
Was it?
I'm playing some shit. I don't know what the fuck they were doing.
I heard Mo Preem in the beginning when he was going into jail. It had one of Mo Preem's songs playing.
Oh yeah, I think one of Mo Preem's songs was playing in the last episode too when Pac was getting out the elevator. I think that was. I don't know that much about his music. Do you know? Is that something he made for the show, or is that one of his old songs? Oh, I mean, who knows? I think it sounds pretty. It sounds pretty modern. So maybe that's the deal that he worked out with the network, and it worked out good because the song is not horrible.
Yeah, and you notice too, they're trying to for some of Tupac's songs. I can't remember what it was. It was I don't think it was How Do You Want It. It was one of the songs, but they had it playing when it showed the death row offices, but they change a note or two in it, so it's not the exact same, so that they're able to use it without having to get the rights to the music.
Wait, say that again?
They were, whenever it showed the death row offices, whenever Suge was talking to whoever that guy was about getting Tupac out of jail, about bailing him out.
That was supposed to be, what's his name? The dude that got killed. Fuck, I don't remember his name. Jake Robles.
Jake Robles?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Jake? I didn't know that. I missed that part.
Oh, yeah, you don't be paying attention, bro?
And then he went and talked to Poochie in the office. But when it first zoomed in and showed that scene, it was playing a knockoff Tupac beat. Like they had changed around one or two notes on it so that they could, it would still sound like a Tupac song without having to go get the rights to the music.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was How Do You Want It or it was one of those.
Wow, they bootlegging shit, man.
Yeah.
That's probably better if they do. It costs too much money to get the licenses. It would take so long to get that. To get it, we would never see that show. It would take like 2 years to fucking make that shit to air.
I know. It would. Yeah. They would just. It would be too much money, probably.
Yeah. Crazy.
But I'm trying to think what else. What other scenes were good?
I love the last scene, man. Him and Suge talking. It was great.
Yeah, that's good.
A lot of wigs in this episode. Have you noticed?
I thought it was a little cheesy how he was like, it's time to go to war with Bad Boy. I mean, maybe he said that, but
right.
I mean, I guess they're trying to spell it out for people who don't know anything about it or don't know a whole lot, just to kind of give you a timeline.
Yeah, he's like yelling. He's like yelling quotes and whatnot.
He was yelling what?
He was saying quotes like.
Oh yeah.
From books and whatnot.
From a book, yeah. And then was that supposed to be Kevin Hackey that Russell Poole was talking to?
Yep.
Whenever I was gonna say that didn't look like him either. I didn't realize who it was supposed to be because he said something like he got caught with some guns or something, and he was trying to come talk, hoping that they would work out some type of deal for him. But I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know what to think about what he says when he said Perez, Mac, and Gaines were all at the death row parties and stuff. I think that's the only photo that they have of them anywhere that could be associated to death row.
I mean, I don't know. Who knows that photo was taken at a death row party? Right,
exactly.
It could have been in a strip club or something.
Right, and I think someone was doing an interview or talking, and they were saying that they were never at a death row party, that was taken somewhere else, but I don't know. But I mean, it's still though, like I said last time, I can still see where Poole would believe what he believes at this point. You know what I mean? Like all the information he's been given is pointing in that one direction. So I mean, I'm sure they're going to show more information throughout the last 5 episodes to kind of break down all the new information that came in, but. He's tying in Kevin Gaines, David Mack, Rafael Perez, the cocaine distribution, and then seeing the photo of them dressed like that. And then you have Kevin Hackey saying he's seen them around death row. So I can see why at that point he believes what he believes. But
Kevin Hackey was probably pulling his leg.
Right, yeah. He probably, because if you notice, he didn't say, yes, I know that they were there. He just said, yeah, I've seen them around. Kind of like, it sounded like bullshit.
Right. What's really interesting for me is to see how Russell's story, it's interesting how I imagined Russell just like read about these guys and made some shit up, but it seems like he really encountered this. He really encountered Perez. He really encountered David Mack. Like he actually dealt with it.
Right.
From what we're being shown. And I think that's interesting.
And something else too, he was involved with all that, and then I didn't realize, again, this might be information that's out there I just didn't know about, but that he was the one that cleared Frank Liga in Kevin Gaines' shooting.
Wow.
That he was the one that, said it was a justified shooting or whatever. Did you see that scene right after Tupac, when he was getting wheeled into the courthouse and he was all wrapped up in bandages and everything?
Yeah.
Whenever I first saw it, I felt like he looked exactly like him in that scene. Really? It looked like, just from the videos and the pictures we've seen, like the people wheeling him in and everything, it looked almost like the real thing.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good.
Yeah, this dude Mark is putting up one hell of a performance, man.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. And like that's what I was saying earlier. There's certain scenes, especially from the side, where he doesn't look exactly like him, but whatever. You're not going to get someone that looks. You're not going to get. That's as close as you're going to get to someone who looks like him and can act.
Right. Yeah. So, you think they'll get any Emmys? Do you see any Emmys?
I don't know. It's hard for me because it's hard to know, how someone who doesn't know anything about this would feel watching it. Because to me, you know what I mean? Like, before something happens, I almost know what the next step is. You know what I mean? Right. So it kind of takes away some of the anticipation and some of the stuff, like the little hints that they're dropping now, that later in the show, people would, whenever they find it out, they're going to say, oh, that's what that meant 2 episodes ago. You know what I mean? Whenever things get revealed and it kind of is, I can't think of the word I'm trying to use, but whenever it's revealed that this is what the truth was, and all these little hints that have been dropped throughout the series have been leading up to this, I don't know. I just feel like that's not going to be there because I already know what's going on. I know what's coming. And so, I don't know. I just feel like for someone who doesn't, for me, not that it's boring. I just feel like I already know. Do you get what I'm saying? I already know kind of what to expect. So it's hard to know what people who don't follow this would think when they're watching it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. At a first impression glance, who doesn't know anything about Big or Pac or the investigations.
Right. Like, is someone, some 40-year-old, 50-year-old dude in wherever, is he going to find it entertaining or, interesting?
I get what you're saying. But at the same time, I feel like almost, as far as the Emmy thing, this might be a little too small for them. Who knows? Like, they might even not take it serious because it's an urban hip hop thing. You know what I mean?
Right. That's the
I would hope not.
That's one of the reasons I was going to say too. The People vs. OJ was made by these people, and it got nominations. I can't remember if Sarah Paulson, she played OJ's the prosecutor. I can't remember if she won or not, but I know she was nominated. But I feel like that. I feel like with rapper like Tupac, Biggie, all that stuff, that it's gonna almost get overlooked a little bit, which I don't think it should. It's getting, from the reviews I've seen, it's getting good reviews. But, I hope it does.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. What do you think? I mean, what do you think it has a shot at it or what?
I mean,
or you think just because of it being more of like a urban rap type thing that they're gonna?
I mean, they might overlook it because of that. I can see Jimmy Simpson's character winning something.
Yeah. That's, if anybody would get one, I think it would be him.
Right. Absolutely.
He's a good actor, and he's doing. I mean, he doesn't have the same body as Russell Poole or anything. Russell Poole's little overweight. Jimmy Simpson's pretty skinny, but like the way he dresses and stuff, it almost, and like the way his hair is styled like Russell Poole's, almost, for split seconds kind of resembles him with the little mustache and everything.
Right. But, little Hitler mustache. Anyway,
yeah. But and what do you think, Josh Duhamel? How do you think he's doing? Greg Kading's character.
I think he's all right. I'm getting fucking a little like fucking sick of his wardrobe, but I guess that's how he dresses, like Greg dresses. But maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't fit with Josh. Yeah, it doesn't fit. But I don't know. I just feel like he's like a teacher or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's the plaid shirts and he's always wearing a hat.
Yeah, but I think that's how Greg dresses. I think it fits Greg, but it doesn't fit Josh.
Yeah, and the guy that they have playing Tim Brennan is doing a pretty good job too. He doesn't, look exactly like him, but he dresses like him and everything, kind of like a cowboy. Yeah,
like a cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to fuck with nobody fucks with me because I fuck with Gonzo. But shit.
I'm excited for next week though.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
I was gonna say that that Giovanni Watson, Reggie's character, was doing
an interview.
An interview tonight, and he said that next week is his first appearance in the show. I guess episodes 6 through 8. So, I mean, it's going to get into a lot of detail because he was saying that by episode 8, it's going to get into a lot of detail about Reggie's character and show, why he's innocent and, all the things around that, which will be good for everyone to see, especially the people who have been accusing him for all these years, to see it on TV. Because it's a little different. Even like the scene with Orlando, like you read about these things, where when he was shot and killed,
right.
You read about it and you kind of like get an image in your head, but it's different to see it acted out on a screen because you can actually see what went into it and, and just and everything like that. That scene, I mean, it was real short when Orlando was killed, but it was a pretty good scene. I didn't realize it was like that. It's, almost like what he did in Vegas. He pulled up and shot out of the window.
Yeah, I wonder what Tim Brennan thinks of the guy playing him, how he's being betrayed and whatnot.
He's probably not a fan just because Greg Kading's behind this.
All right. What else was I going to say? Oh, I can't wait for the what Perez's character is going to tell him.
I know. I think this is probably where he, blows open the whole Rampart scandal stuff, where he just goes into detail about. I don't know if Perez was actually given immunity. I don't know, but
yeah, I think it was.
I think they did give it to him.
Yeah. Sorry to ruin it for everybody.
He just, but I think he just snitches on everybody and kind of flips, and I mean, that's one cool thing about Russell Poole, I guess, is he was right at the heart of exposing all this Rampart stuff.
Yeah, but I think there was the Rampart thing. Like, it wasn't like a bunch of officers. I think it was just those 3 guys.
Was it?
That's why I think I believe that's what Greg said. Yeah. Oh. And then like Russell makes it seem like it was a whole department or some shit.
Yeah, I didn't think it was the whole department, but I thought it was like 15.
A whole division. Yeah, like a whole division and whatnot. But I think it blew back. That's how it was viewed. It blew back on like other cops. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how it was viewed and taken. Yeah, that's about it. Any last words? I think we covered it all.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything else.
Yeah, I think this. I don't know, for some reason this is a bummer review. It wasn't much.
Yeah, I felt like there's not as much to talk about. I mean, I feel like a lot of the scenes, like Orlando's shooting, Tupac in the hospital after the '94 shooting, a lot of it was just like real quick and kind of breezed over. But it was still a good episode. I just feel like there wasn't as much depth to it, I guess.
Phoenix, the character that plays Phoenix, Tupac's mom. What do you think? I said Phoenix's mom. Go ahead.
Her performance. I think she's all right. I like the woman from The Walking Dead a little better. The one from All Eyes on Me.
I feel like she's about to fucking preach a speech to me every second.
You what?
I feel like she's about to fucking preach every second.
Yeah,
I'm tired of her.
And she looks almost the same age as Tupac. She doesn't look like she could be his mom.
Like you be his sister. Shit, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think she's doing an all right job. I still like the other one a little better, but she's doing all right I guess she's really not that big of a role, really.
All right.
But hopefully next week, it's going to show Reggie's character, and it shows, obviously probably Tupac going to death row. I can't really remember what else the previews were showing.
Yeah, shout out to Reg, man. You want to break him free when it's time to get him locked up, or I got a plan.
I wouldn't even say that on here.
Fuck that shit anyway. I would not say that. The feds are listening. What money? What are you talking about?
Strictly down to business, please don't ask no questions. I don't wanna hear you talking in my presence. Read a book and teach yourself a fucking lesson. Build my legacy, putting down them Xanax, stick to weed and Hennessy. And my side bitch sat me down and said